Hello, and welcome to the Quick Flick Critic Reviews and Interviews. I'm your host, John SMISTAD, and these are my takes on films both new and not so, spanning a wide range of genres and tastes, plus conversations with some of the coolest people in indie entertainment. Now, let us rock with this one, shall we? My guest today on the Quick Flick Critic Reviews and Interviews is filmmaker Michael Ricigliano. He has directed and co-wrote a forthcoming film, Godless. I've seen it. It's quite compelling. First of all, Michael, welcome to the Quick Flick Critic Reviews and Interviews. It is a pleasure to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good to be on.
We'll get straight into the movie here. Essentially, we have two characters here. We have a politician who is wrestling with her fate and her faith and her job. And we have a Catholic bishop priest who is tortured, quite frankly, about sins of his past. What was your personal, and it turned into professional, obviously, but your personal inspiration for creating this story?
When I began writing Godless, it was originally a play, and it was actually in Latin. And it was going to be a tribunal that the church would have back in the old days when something was happening within the church that they were investigating and were having a trial about.
Okay.
And that started to evolve a little bit more into what we have now, which is Godless, which is the excommunication of a Catholic politician for signing a progressive law into effect. It really kind of evolved into the story of what we have now, which is two people who are kind of battling their faith, and what their obligations are to themselves, and what the governor's obligations are to her constituents.
You know, one of the main things, I'm a Christian and you're a Catholic, and obviously this movie centers on the Catholic Church, but you know, I watch what the industry calls faith-based movies, and most of them don't connect with me. The message is sincere, but the people and situations presented don't resonate with most of us in real life. This is not how we behave and talk. It seems to me that this is a priority for you, Michael, to not do that. Am I going down the right road at all?
Yeah,
Does
absolutely.
that resonate with you at all? Was this a priority for you to present Godless to the audience this way?
It was. I didn't want to. One is, I grew up around politics. So one of the things I wanted to really show in the film was what the political fallout would be if this happened.
Yeah.
Right? Because most times what happens is, if the church feels that a Catholic politician is kind of moving away from the faith, they'll say, listen, if you're coming in to our diocese, don't receive communion, right? But in that case, the politician can go to another diocese and receive communion. Yeah. This one is the this is just it. This is like the death knell, right? You're excommunicated.
Yeah.
You need to come to an understanding of what you're doing, and what the political fallout would be for someone who is a Catholic politician running for office, knowing that a huge chunk of their voting base are Christians, Catholics, or what have you, and what the political fallout would be for the church on their side, because now you're getting some pushback from a base of people that have been going to church less, have been and especially if even though the bishop has, the archbishop of that diocese has the right to do it, if you're going to go that severe, you'd probably get some, you'd clear it. And he really doesn't do that. He has an agenda of what he wants to do, what he wants to say, and whatever the fallout's going to be is what he's going to take.
And I'm not going to ask about your politics, and I don't care. You see, even in light of what we're looking at here in less than a couple of weeks, the presidential election, But I walked away saying, I don't know where this guy or these filmmakers are coming from, but I thought the way the two characters left each other was the way it should be, was realistic, and didn't tell us what the resolution was. Didn't tell us, okay, here's what you need to think. That's hard to do, Michael. That's damn hard to do, and you accomplished that. And good on you, sir.
Well, at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah.
I think that it, and we have to understand that we all have our own failings.
Yeah.
And we all have our own histories, and we're all sinners. I mean, that's just what it is. And, understanding is, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, and you hope that people can understand both sides of the story, whatever that position is.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to kind of show, the humanity out of between the two main characters. Yeah. And that they both struggle, and opposed to one just telling the other what they need to do, or one, it's really, we all have our own failings.
Yeah. And
we have to acknowledge that.
Yeah. Well, mission accomplished, sir. It's again, the film is Godless. I've been talking with the director and the co-writer of Godless, Michael Ricigliano. Now, the film is going to be available in select cities, as they say, and theaters throughout the country beginning November 1st.
We'll be in the theaters, the major cities. We'll be in LA, Dallas, Minneapolis, Detroit,
San Francisco, Phoenix. You're all over.
Yeah. So, but it's an independent film. It's not, a
multiplex
nationwide
9,000
film.
theaters. Yeah. Like, believe me, I get it. Yeah.
You get it, right? You're trying to build up so that you can keep the momentum going. Yeah. But after we have the theatrical run, then we'll go into the streaming, and we have a few separate deals pending now of which one we're going to take, which is great. But we want to get through the theatrical first, and not kind of mix those two up, and just let's get the theatrical, do the run. Hopefully it does well, and then we'll go into the streaming.
Gotcha. Michael, thanks so much for being with us on the Quick Flick Critic Reviews and Interviews. It has been a pleasure.
Wonderful. Thank you. Pleasure Absolutely. To be with you.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Quick Flick Critic Reviews and Interviews. Now I ask that you please subscribe and be notified of my continuous new episode announcements. As always, make it a great day and make it count. Goodbye, everybody.
Aww.